What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another EU4 video series. My name is Naughty7. I am here today to bring you a new series to my channel, which I'm hoping will become a new popular series. And what I'm hoping to do with the series is bring back a sort of disaster campaign saving series. So I've always wanted to do something like this, but it's quite a difficult thing to do because I need people to actually send me disaster campaigns to be able to try and fix. So I've been wanting to do it for a while, and I finally saw the opportunity with a post on the EU4 Facebook group actually, to try and help out someone with a Mongolia campaign that had gone a little bit sideways. So here we are. We're going to jump into it. I'm going to explain a little bit about what the guy did in his campaign, or what I think he did from looking at it. Some of the mistakes he made while forming Yuan, and then I will play through trying to effectively fix the campaign and get it to a state where I'm pretty happy with it, and then I'll probably send it back to him, and he can have a look at the video as well and learn some stuff, hopefully. Before we get into it, as I said, the big part of this is getting people to actually send me campaigns to try and fix. So if you've got a campaign save out there that you're really struggling with, or a campaign that's just gone a bit sideways and you really want some help with it, hit me up on my Discord, send me a message on Twitter, or flick me an email and let me know the details. You can send me the save game and I'll jump in and have a look and see how it is. So jumping into it, basically what we've got here is it's a Mongolia campaign in which the player got his freedom from Iraq, conquered over into the likes of Uzbek and whatnot over here, Kazan obviously, fought a couple of wars with Ming, fought a war with Muscovy which they lost, which is where Muscovy breached out this way, and basically then decided that they were going to rush form Yuan, and they came down here in a war and took all of this, and then took the mandate and formed Yuan. So it's pretty early in the game, 1537, to be forming Yuan. Now, there's quite a lot going on with this campaign that I feel like has been mistakes that have been made. We'll go through them. I'll try and explain my reasoning why I think they're certain mistakes, and see what we can do to try and get the campaign a bit back on track. His tech is absolutely atrocious. You see he's way behind in admin, so he's always been coring a lot of stuff. He doesn't have institutions. His income is abysmal. He's got vassals, which I don't believe is the best move when you're playing as a horde. So there's lots of different things going on that we need to have a look at and try and assess. So we'll go through them and try and explain what has happened. The number one mistake I think this player has made is actually to try and rush form Yuan. So the game, the decision to form Yuan requires you to have the mandate to heaven and certain provinces. However, what the game does not tell you is that you can actually form Yuan without taking the mandate of heaven. It just needs to no longer exist. So what that means is you need to kill Ming without taking the mandate of heaven. Now, the reason why it's much better to not take the mandate of heaven from Ming, is that it makes you no longer a horde. So as you can see, if we jump up into government type, we are now a celestial empire, which means we lose everything that makes hordes incredibly strong in this game. Now, this player was aiming for a world conquest with this campaign. I question whether that's still possible because he has taken the mandate of heaven. So ideally what you want to do with Mongolia or Urat or any of these tribes is to just continually kill Ming until they either explode or you can just completely eat them, and then once they're dead you can form Yuan without having to take the mandate. The reason why we want to stay a horde is that hordes are incredibly strong at quick conquest. So you can raise provinces for mana points. You have an unlimited CB with reduced AE against everyone, all of your neighbours. You can just declare war, and your armies are incredibly strong in steppes and grasslands. So it's really, really important that, well, I think personally, the best thing to do is to stay as a horde. And we can still get Yuan's really strong idea set, which is really, they're really good. And for Yuan, we just have to kill Ming first. The other thing that's really crippled his game is that by stealing Mandate off Ming, he's actually caused them to make absolutely nothing from any of their provinces. So they've gone bankrupt, and they've got crisis from losing the Mandate, which means all of these provinces are making absolutely nothing. Now, while that may not seem like an issue, the problem is that means that all of these trade nodes are making absolutely nothing. So he's normally the very rich China is completely broke, and that is impacting his income as well. So by stealing the Mandate, he has broken Ming, which is great for our campaign goals. However, it's kind of ruined everything else. Now, I did a bit of testing, I did a bit of playing around. There's no way we can reverse the reverse ourselves back to a horde. We're stuck as a Celestial Empire. Even if we lose the Mandate, we just go back to being a kingdom instead. So that ship sailed. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and play the Mandate game. Now, the other reason why it's really bad to take the Mandate from Ming is if you're not set up for it. So as you can see, we're losing Mandate because we don't control 2 of the important provinces, and we don't have enough tributaries. So if we had more tributaries, we would be gaining there as well. So that's another issue. And then the other issue is our meritocracy. So and if we start losing too much Mandate and get too low, we will have the same issues as Ming with low Mandate. So we really need to work on trying to play the Mandate of Heaven game, which means making tributaries and all those sorts of things. Right. So he's made the mistake of forming Yuan. What else is going on in this campaign at the moment? So if we jump into this screen here, first thing I saw was we're paying an advisor when we've got no income, and the reason we're paying that advisor is because we're trying to convert provinces that we actually can't convert. So we're going to stop that as well, and that's already saving us like four ducats a month. So I don't think to start with we need to worry too much about trying to convert. Let's just try and stabilize, and then we can worry about that stuff later. If we jump into his diplomatic, for some reason he's in a coalition against Muscovy. I don't know why, no one else is, so I'm going to leave that. It's not going to do much, but anyway. Diplomatically, he is only allied to Jaipur. There is not really anyone of any significance that wants to ally with us, which is really unfortunate. Afghanistan's relatively weak. He is allied to a fairly strong Jaipur, although they don't really like him. Looks like he's only just grabbed that alliance as well. The problem is Jaipur is hated by everyone in India, so everyone that's a decent size and could be an ally to him is hated. Ayutthaya is one option. However, we are rivaled with Korea, so that makes that a harder alliance to get. And the other one to look at is possibly Bengal, but again, the rivalry with Jaipur is going to make that difficult. So we need to try and find a new ally if we can, or two, but we're not quite sure where we're going to get that from. And as I said, we're pretty much rivaled by everyone around us of size, which is really not a great place to be in. Our income, pretty shocking. I do think that we can probably get rid of some forts. There's probably a few other bits and pieces we can do. You can can see we've got a couple of loans we're paying quite a lot of interest, and our trade isn't great. Now the trade I have had a play around with. There's actually nothing better than what we've got that we can do, purely because there's no trade value in any of these nodes, so we can't even. He's currently collecting Beijing, he's collecting in Yuan, and he's transferring out of Yuan. We could probably collect here, but I did try it and it actually makes us slightly less, so I'm going to leave his trade as it is. It's purely because of the fact that all of this is generating no production, so it's not flowing through. So as far as the economy goes, what I want to do, at least to start with, he's also got a shitload of corruption, which has probably come from being overextended, and also his unbalanced research. So first things we're going to do for the economy is I'm going to delete a couple of forts. So I think we will delete. There's a couple that I think are kind of useless. This one here we're going to get rid of, because you've got one here. And I'll leave the mountain fort there. I'm going to delete that one, I think, because I think it's kind of useless for now. Yeah, let's just get rid of that. And then the other thing we're going to do is we're going to beg the burgers for some money. Where's it gone? And we're going to pay back the non-burger loans with their 4% interest. Alright, and that helps our interest out a bit, and we're almost making money, so those few little things have almost got us there. Now the other thing I noticed is, if we look at states and territories, he's really only stated this stuff, and he's left all this unstated. So we're nowhere near our governing cap. Okay, and we've got some half-decent states, I think, that we can look to a full state. So think about both of those. Now the one that I actually want to stay is this, because obviously we have a gold mine here. So that's going to give us a hell of a lot more income from the gold mine, which is good. And let's just have a quick look through and see if there's any that will actually make us decent money. Not very exactly filling me with confidence. So probably it's just going to be these two, because they're actually not too bad. Now we have to wait a bit to be able to call them because we've got no admin. Just get through pouring those as we do. Now the that should hopefully we should hopefully see some improvement. And then what we can do is we can bring that corruption out. We can bring it down a little bit if we still need to try and make some more money. But we'll wait. We'll have to give that a month to see the changes in autonomy and whatnot. Now, trade we can't do much about. Technology is a huge issue. Not having embraced institutions, but also the fact that we are so far behind in our tech. So we're at Adventech 6, we're at Miltech 10. So we've got a real issue with the imbalance in tech here. The other mistake I think this player was making, because if I have a look, these have still been called to these provinces, and they have not been raised. So it doesn't look like they've been raised. So real issue that it doesn't appear as though he was raising land as he was taking it. And the reason that this is an issue is that he wasn't generating mana points. So he was conquesting heavily, but not but he wasn't raising, which means he just wasn't generating the mana points to deal with the conquest he was doing. So way behind in tech. Idea groups, I don't know why he's taken expansion. It is a as far as I'm concerned, a terrible idea group for what we're doing. He would have been much better off probably taking horde ideas first as a horde, or something to help his expansion. So something like diplomatic or administrative, or even one of the other military idea groups. But definitely expansion. We can't use the colonists. We don't have any money. I have no interest in trying to colonize these lands. It's the only thing we might do, if we actually started making money, we could maybe colonize up here, because there's a pretty good chance of gold in a few of these provinces. So it's an option, but it's not really something I would ever recommend using a colonist. And then the rest of the stuff, like, you know, we just get an extra colonist. There's just really no reason to take expansion as a horde, as far as I'm concerned. I could refund it, but realistically it's only going to give us 160 admin. It's probably not worth it. Mind you, it's 800 to get to the next tech level. God, that's disgusting. So expensive. So he's obviously been over, but to get to Miltech 10, he must have been overpaying massively on Miltech. So we're probably going to use Mill and Dip points to try and do some developing, and see if we can't get a bit of Renaissance and stuff spawned out here. Now the other thing with his diplomatic situation is he's actually got a march, 2 vassals, and a tributary. So the tributary is great because we need those. The vassals kind of pointless, and the worst part is that Solon here absolutely fucking hates us, and is actually being supported by 2 of our rivals in Japan and Korea. So I'm just going to end that vassalization. I don't care, I don't need it, and it's just more trouble than it's worth. So I'm going to break that vassalization, and the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start looking for tributaries, because we have to play the tributary game. Now we've got 2 people that will. Haichi is in a war, so I can't do that right yet. I'm going to stop improving with Severe because I don't see the point. I'll keep improving with Caradel. Actually no, I don't need to improve with Caradel for now because I've got more important things. So you will become a tributary straight away. So we're going to start trying to turn people into tributaries as much as we can around us, because it's definitely something we need to do. So yeah, diplomatically we're going to try and find some better friends. We're going to try and get some tributaries to help with our mandate, and just tick along with that. Now the other thing I want to do is we've got a fort here which is under siege, so I'm going to tell Caradel to support, and Uzbek as well. I guess does Uzbek even have troops? No, they don't. And I'm going to see if I can get them to come and jump on this guy to help siege out the fort that is controlled by the rebels at the moment. Right. The other thing I want to do is I want to have a look, because we are currently Tengri with Vijaya, or whatever that is, as our syncretic faith. That's actually probably okay for now. I thought a lot of this was Confucian, but it looks like he's probably converted a bunch of it, maybe. So we'll probably leave it for now, but we may want to look to switch that to Confucian at some point, given how much Confucian land we're going to be taking, because my goal here will be to try and wrap up as much of China into our land as we can. Now the other thing that we're not doing is we haven't been using estates to this point. So I'm guessing he formed Yuan very recently before he sent me the save file. So I'm going to guess that he actually didn't have a chance to use the estates. So he has put the points in, which is good. what we're going to do is we're going to go through and assign privileges just to try and get a little bit of extra juice out of the estates. So, for example, I've already taken money from them. I won't do the advisor stuff at the moment. I don't need the settlers. Probably not much else I can get from you, but we'll give you some extra loyalty. I don't really want the monopolies. It's a whole bunch of China-related ones. From you, give you some extra loyalty, and then the province of Tingri. Right, let's give you that one so I can call genders, and we'll give you some loyalty. I'm gonna have to have a look at these in more detail. Alright, I'm gonna leave them for now. I'll have a look at them in between the two videos and probably throw a few more in there. That pretty much sums up most of his issues. He's got a whole lot of instability from his recent conquests. His trade's in a hole, which we can't do anything about at the moment. He's surrounded by enemies. He is not particularly strong. He did have a whole bunch more rebel issues, but I think he fixed them before he sent me the save file. His army, he does have an army, although we're relatively weak. We do have access to banners, which we should definitely use at some point. That pretty much sums up everything. I guess the last thing to talk about is the positives that he has. So he's got the mandate, which is positive if we want to play the Emperor of China game, and we just need to make sure it doesn't tank too much, because that is what will kill us when playing as Emperor of China. So the main thing we're going to have to do is try and get the two provinces that are giving us -10 from Ming, and also get that corruption down and try and get some extra prosperity, some extra stability, sorry, not extra stability, extra tributaries, so that we can get these things going up. But the main thing is going to be those two provinces. So we basically need to take Canton and Nanjing, which is there. So as much as I hate this border gore, that may well be what we'll do in the next Ming War as soon as we can, if they don't explode, which Ming may well blow up between now and then. He also has a little bit of manpower. He's got an army. He's got a decent ally. So it's not all falling to pieces. There's just going to be a lot we're going to have to do to try and get this on the right track, and I highly doubt that it is going to be the kind of thing that we could turn into a world conquest. But hey, I'm sure it's probably still possible. It's just a matter of how long it takes us to stabilize and what's left of the world to conquer then. And the fact that we're not a horde is a big issue in my mind on trying to do a world conquest at all, let alone well, not a quick one, but it's going to have to be quick if we're trying to tidy up a whole bunch of mess. So I think that's most of the things I wanted to talk about as to where I think he went a little bit wrong. I'm going to start rolling on the game, and we will see exactly what happens. I am going to turn you into a tributary. Oops, and I'm going to tell you to give me... we'll go with money, and you can see straight away. Okay, so we're making money. First positive. However, It is making money with no army mate. Oh, not total. But yeah. So that's going to be the first thing to keep an eye on. And also whether or not we can tributize anyone else. The only other one I think was Haichi. Unfortunately, these guys are already tributized by Korea. He's a tribute of Ming. So, yeah, we're going to have to work on exactly... oh, he's already a tributary as well, so... Interesting. The tribute state of no guy who is absolutely getting slammed. Alright. I get to modify Moscow, Beijing. Did I just make myself a historical friend? That's a bit weird. Okay, I'm hoping these guys are going to come down here. I'll see if they're going to keep moving or not. Doesn't look like it. If not, I'll just have to... I mean, these guys are on their way down. I was hoping that they would go down, but if they don't, they don't. I'm just going to kill Solon when I get a chance. Oh, actually. I mean, that works too. Never mind, I can make him a tributary. Right, I'm going to start improving with Ayutthaya. I'm going to start improving with Bengal. See if I can't somewhere make someone like me. 48 is our Ming truce, so we've got a few years to stabilise. I will look for other opportunities that we can go for in that time. I also think I should... I'm going to leave them on money for now, because we need to... We just need to leave it on money for now. Mountains, okay, your plains, but your cattle, which is a bit unfortunate. Start developing. That's literally all cattle. We really need to get into China further. Okay, apparently I have max relations with Bengal already. So that's not gonna... Okay, let's improve with our ally. Oh, that's not fun. Okay, great. How's our mandate doing? Okay, we're getting into positive from having tributaries, so that's good. I probably don't want to lose the mandate at this point, so... We'll just keeping on. That guy's going over there to deal with that. Still do a tributary on Haichi. I just need to wait for them to get eaten by Japan, most likely. Alright, well, we had money, so that's a bonus. I don't think any of these are worth stating at this stage, although there is gold down here somewhere. Where is it? Oh. These events. Where's the gold? I do have the gold. Okay, that will be worth stating then. Absolutely, that will be. That might not be actually not for that cost. We won't do that. But we do need to state that. Alright, I don't really want to lose 2 stability, but another 2 corruption. Oh, talk about bad luck. Oh, that is gonna get up there real fast. That's hurting because of my... No. This is also hurting because of my corruption. But I also don't want to lose 2 stability given that we're already high stability. Alright. Eat the corruption. It's almost up to 20. Youch. We are paying quite a lot to bring it down, so we need to be aware that we're paying quite a lot to bring it down. Alright, well, that is gonna do it, I think, for this first video. I hope I've given you a good overview of the start of this campaign, and what we'll do in the next videos, we'll continue to work on improving our situation, trying to expand our tributary influence, find some friends, and see if we can get the campaign on a bit more steady footing. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this new series. If you did and you want to see more, like, subscribe, and if you do have any of these sorts of disaster campaigns that you're quite keen to get someone to look at, let me know. Drop a comment, send me a message on Discord, and we'll see if we can find some time to have a look at your campaign and make a video out of it. So thank you everyone so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.